Hi people, Max RC here. Today I want to please you with my big video about cars. And I'm not going to talk about some ordinary models, we're going to watch the coolest drift ones. All of them are unique and their creation took a lot more than 1 month. They all have a stunning look and cool features that allow these cars to perform incredible twists on the track. I will not tell more and just start the video. Let's go! Oh yes, I also need to mention about the like, subscription, the bell, all these things. I think you remember. Now let's go! I don't know about you, but personally I always thought the trucks couldn't do anything special. Their maximum is to carry heavy objects, for example sand and stuff like that. However, this Hero Valve video has really struck me. First of all, the truck looks very cool. Secondly, it rides very fast. I'm not even mentioning its top-notch controlling and awesome drifting ability. The car literally flies on the asphalt and does not move a millimeter to the side. In short, in the right hands, this is a drifting competition monster, trust me. The next one is the world-famous Hyundai. To tell the truth, now I have no idea about its brand, but still. The car looks nice, makes almost no sound while driving, drifts amazingly, and has an ordinary appearance. Actually, I can't say that it looks very cool as it is not, but it would also be wrong to scold the creators of the car. Still, it's normal. Anyway, the main thing is how cool it performs on the road, and it never has a problem with that. I think you can see it yourself. The engineers did their best. By the way, one quick question to you. Do you think there are engineers who specialize specifically in toy cars? Who come up with a specific engine, gearbox and other things for them? Write your opinion in the comments, it will be interesting to know. And now, I suggest you enjoy this beautiful blue Toyota, while I will be telling you about the history of its original co-brother. This is Toyota Celica, a sports car produced by the Japanese automaker Toyota Motor Corporation. Throughout its history, the Celica has been equipped with a variety of 4-cylinder engines. The most significant change came in August 1985, when rear-wheel drive gave way to front-wheel drive. This is a 4th-generation model, just the one that appeared in the 1985. Having been changed completely. It has become a completely updated front-wheel drive car with a rounded, streamlined body and new 2-liter engine. Next in line is another dreamboat, but it is rather a completely customized model. The first thing that catches your eye when you see it is a matte purple color. Sticker bombing is also used here. Both sides of the car are covered with stickers. There are not so many of them, but they look very harmonious. By the way, have you noticed that the hood is black? But this is exactly the case when everything is as it should be. The windows are fully tinted, that makes it impossible to see anything inside. Do you know what else distinguishes this babe from others? It's power. It drives amazingly. I think that it will definitely be in the top 3 of our video. And how do you like these brothers? The stylish ones in black and white colors. They are really cool, aren't they? This is the Toyota Mark II JX81 and the Nissan Laurel C33. To be honest, I don't even know which one I like more. Each car is unique in its own way. Do you know what attracts me the most? It is the simplicity and atmosphere. For some reason, I immediately imagine tough boys driving in circles with guns in their hands. There are no bright bodies, stickers, flashy letterings and other trinkets here. There is only broken bumper, only hardcore. But seriously, who stole the bumper, huh? Come across, and have you noticed that these two cars have exhaust pipes? If only they could make sounds, it would be cool. Next in line is the Toyota Crown, the Toyota company's car, which has been turned into a line of full-size luxury sedans. It was originally sold in Japan and some other Asian countries, and designed for taxi service. It was like this even in the last years of sales in the United States, where cars were sold from the late 1950s until 1971. The Crown is the oldest sedan which is still in production by Toyota. The Crown is used by many Japanese organizations as company limousines. But this story is definitely not about the creators of this model. This is not because it can't drive calmly. The thing is, it shouldn't do it all because its drifting abilities are just crazy. The car has to drive and perform unique turns on the roads. You can see it yourself. The next drift car has literally struck me on the spot. I have never seen such a beautiful and detailed toy car before. It has bright, visually pleasing headlights, excellent coloration, and perfect proportions. I'll tell you more. I still have no idea what kind of car model it is, but actually I don't care about it at all. The main thing is that the car looks great both in front and behind, as well as inside, and of course, it's delightfully controlled. In short, it's just perfect. I would love to have the same one, ideally a full-sized one, a real one, but to be honest, a toy will also do. Volkswagen T1 is a car of the Volkswagen concern, which was being produced from 1950 to 1967. This is one of the first civilian minivans. The car has also become the symbol of an entire era, and along with its successor, the T2, was very popular with hippies. Like if you know, the T1 is also called Hippie-mobile or Splitty. And while you are enjoying this controversial spectacle, this bus drifting on the road, I will tell you about the idea of creating a Volkswagen minibus. It occurred to the Dutchman Ben Pon, who drew the first sketches of the T1 in his notebook in 1947. The general manager Heinrich Nordhoff liked them, and the transporter was presented officially at the end of 1949. I like the next car very much, although I don't even know what brand it is. It reminds me of a Ford. At the same time, there is something of a BMW. Either this is a custom mix, which is unlikely, or it's just a cool old car, which, as they say, still has fire in the belly. Although it does not have modern design elements, it looks super stylish and loaded. The wheel discs are outstanding, the color seems to be minimalistic, but at the same time, it's just what you need. Well, I even don't mention here its drift features. The car was created especially for this, so it's just impossible to think that it would not drift perfectly. Usually, a Lexus is a high-class car that boasts of its comfortable conditions for the driver and the passengers. But here the authors of the project decided to take a slightly different track. They built a replica of one of the Lexus sedans, made it lower and changed the wheels. As a result, the guys managed to make the same Lexus with its smooth ride and other features, and at the same time, equip the car with a cool suspension capable of drifting like hell. By the way, the motor in the car is quite powerful, so it seems to me that it could easily perform in drag racing, not only on drift tracks. Next in line is a chic evolution, a sports version of the Mitsubishi Lancer, which was produced from 1992 to 2015. By the way, let's do a little test. Write in the comments what generation our red and white dreamboat belongs to. In fact, this is the case when a toy car looks just like a real one. At one moment, I thought that this was a real Lancer, seriously. The light shimmers so coolly. The headlights and the sparkles of the wheels and the body shine so brightly. The car itself, as well as the original one, does not fail. It perfectly performs on the road. Beetles, trucks, and all these extraordinary items are of course cool, but still, a modern Mercedes customized for drifting can compete with them either. Do you agree? Therefore, let's add to our video something spectacular and at the same time fast, something beautiful and extremely light. Let it be the orange Mercedes with a control panel. The whole car has some kind of a beautiful ground effects, a large spoiler, tinted headlights, and a radiator grille. Now you can see them all. Let's just enjoy its drifting. I think that's what all of us are waiting for. And this car is even more gray area to me than the previous one. The fact is that this is a copy of some cool retro car. This is the first time I see something so beautifully created, detailed, cute, and at the same time amazing. I have literally fallen in love with this green-colored car since I saw the first glare of its large and charming headlights. This white grille, this frame, no roof, bright red wheel discs, everything is combined so cool that I can't take my eyes off it. I think the same is happening to you now. And this is an awesome drift Subaru, which is not just a blue car, but seems like a whole greasy, bright and liquid blue spot on the road. Not only has this Subaru been associated with a cool sports car that has an unusual and memorable appearance, but this item also exactly repeats the original one. Besides, everything is illuminated very brightly and beautifully, the wheel discs look contrastingly, and the little things responsible for control do not fail either. In general, It is not a car, but a fully loaded one. I wish I could take it, increase it in size with the help of some device from the future and take part in the race. By the way, I want to know if it is the driver who drifts so cool or is the car itself that maneuvers so easily. Write your opinion in the comments. How do you like this little naughty drifter? This yellow car probably won't even pass face control at a drift party. But if they allow it in there, believe me, it will unleash hell. This baby hides a real monster inside, which is ready to conquer literally everything in its path. And yes, even if the car can't win over a long distance, the situation on the drift road is completely the opposite. The car is very sharp, nimble, maneuverable, and bright. Well, what else do you need to be happy? If I'm not mistaken, this is the second generation of Dodge Challenger. Our Chinese friends decided to build a car from scratch. They took improvised materials, made a frame from them, installed a motor and a gearbox in it, made a top-end suspension, brakes as well as bright, beautiful headlights, painted it in a nice grey color. In general, they totally tired themselves out. Oh yes, I completely forgot to say that most of the time they were working on the undercarriage of the car. Therefore, it literally glides along the road so smoothly. Whoop guys, this is our friend, the little Beetle, Volkswagen I mean. Well, this car has nothing to do with drifting, do you agree? As for me, I just can't imagine it at the race. However, the guys from the video somehow managed to do this. Besides, they customized the car. Now, when it enters a turn, a part of its body moves to the side as if it flips off the road. But still, it is steady, even the sharpest turns. It looks super impressive, although sometimes it can be dumb. The ride is all shiny and has beautiful pictures. I just look at it and it pleases the eye. And then I start thinking, why didn't I consider the Beetle as a drift car before? Our next guest has shown to the public in the cinema in 1965, just a year after it left the assembly line. The car appeared in one of the first Bond movies, in the famous film Goldfinger. Since then, it has become a real movie star. It has starred in more than 500 films for 50 years of its existence. Do you understand what we're talking about? Well, of course about the Mustang, a dreamboat, an American who is adored not only on its homeland but also in other countries. It's obvious as the car performs on public roads really well, costs not much, and looks cool. Actually, exactly the same can be said about our mini Mustang. Next in line is a very beautiful Toyota Mark II. This is a four-door mid-size sedan, which was being produced by Toyota from 1968 to 2004. The Mark II name had been used by Toyota for several decades and was originally used as a part of the Toyota Corona Mark II name. The symbol 2 was introduced to make the car stand out from the main Toyota Corona platform. Once the platform was split in the 1970s, the car became known simply as the Mark II. If I'm not mistaken, now we're looking at the 6th generation of the iconic car. The 6th generation Toyota Mark II in 80s series body was being produced from August 1988 to December 1995. And this is something expensive. A white Lexus is coming. Guys, I can't understand why, but I don't associate it with drifting at all. The car is beautiful, there is no doubt about this, but honestly, I can't imagine it in such conditions. What do you think? As for details, I'm already tired of being surprised. Each model is just a separate kind of creativity. It's hard to even imagine how much effort it cost to the creator. So let's sum up. The car will definitely get into my personal top for its excellent design and elaboration, but its drift did not work for me at all. Guys, did you know that the famous American inventor and entrepreneur Steve Jobs was very fond of Porsche when he was young? And in 1980, Apple became the sponsor of Porsche in the 24 Hours of Le Mans on his instruction. The Apple Porsche 935 K3 participated in that race. It was driven by Alan Moffat, Bobby Rachel and Bob Gerritsen as part of the Dick Barber racing team. The 935 K3 has won more than 100 150 victories in the world's most prestigious competitions, including the 24 Hours of Le Mans, 24 Hours of Daytona, 12 Hours of Sebring, and 1000 kilometers Nürburgring North Loop. Perhaps most of the things I'm telling now does not matter to many of you, but anyway, you have a great opportunity to see what the car looked like in the rainbow Apple style. There is the company logo decorated with different colors on one of the sides of its body, as well as on the roof. How about this huge spoiler? Isn't it cool? My devoted viewers know that I'm fond of sports cars and especially of Lamborghini, but they should also remember that I dislike the Lambo converted into a drift car. Well, in my opinion, this is some kind of a workaround, and such a car should not take part in these competitions at all, as it has too much of potential in the race. But the creators of this project are on their own minds, and this is commendable. They took the Huracan and redesigned it for drifting. They slightly changed the wheels and the inside structure of the car and got an even lighter and at the same time durable model with a setting for quick cornering and holding on the road. And now you can see what has come out of it. Unfortunately, I can't tell you the brand of the car. I just simply do not understand what kind of car it is. On the one hand, it looks like some kind of Mazda. It seems that it has the features of a Hyundai as well as the Tesla. But what exactly it is, only the devil knows. Therefore, if there are people who are savvy about it, tell us in the comments. While for now, let's just admire this beauty, how it rushes along the road, blinds the audience with bright red color, and also performs amazing maneuvers. We shouldn't spend all the time admiring only the GT RS, right? Because Nissan has other cars that are no worse in drifting, at least among the toy cars. I completely forgot the model name of this car, but it looks amazing. Do you agree? I wonder if it's the weather that makes the whole atmosphere. I mean this rainy, dangerous mood, or the unusual appearance of the car does it. I mean its body. And most likely that it's a matter of both of them. By the way, while I'm watching how the Nissan is coolly entering the curve, I'm thinking what if to shoot this in an unusual way to make this car look like a real one? Will it be possible to fool the audience and make people think that this is a real drift car? It seems to me that with such details that toys have, this is quite a feasible plan. I'll have to try it somehow. Wow, now that's what I call the Toyota. This is a real drift car. It's cool, powerful and beautiful. Just look at these awesome discs, bright pictures and the combination of colors. Actually, I don't like hatchback cars much, but this one is an exception. However, although its appearance can be admired for a long time, this is not the only reason why I'm showing it to you. Let us also check out its drifting abilities. Let's see what it can do. Well, when I look at it, I understand that all these bright wheels and other elements greatly affect the perception of the car. Thanks to them, it looks very bright, energetic and quick-moving. I immediately want to try to drive it. This is another legendary car, only in a new body and with new features. This toy car tries to convey all that novelty of the latest generation of Supra as much as possible. Just look how the car performs on the road. To be honest, not every full-size one can do this. The chosen color is excellent. I especially like this green stripe from the bottom, like a trim ring. It looks super stylish and minimalistic at the same time. Wow, just look! I present to your attention the Toyota Supra. This is a sports car which was produced from 1978 to 2002. Its design was taken from the Celica. They changed only the body and made it a bit more in width and length. The Supra of the second and third generations were assembled at the plant in the city of Tihara, and starting from the fourth generation, they were making it in Toyota. The Supra is also related to the Toyota 2000 GT. They are untitled by the engine. By the way, here is an interesting fact for you. The company developed its own logo specifically for this model, and it had been used until 1986, when the first independent generation appeared. By the way, those who have watched The Fast and the Furious or played various racing games can immediately recognize this car, and those who have no idea what I'm talking about can just admire its smaller copy. It is no way inferior to the original one, either in design or in speed. A real time bomb. Now I will show you the BMW of the 3rd series in the body of the E46. This is the 4th generation of passenger cars of the 3rd series of the German automaker BMW, which was produced from 1997 to 2006. A wide range of engines, 5 body types to choose from, plus sporty versions predetermined the success of this generation. A total of 3,266,885 vehicles were made, which is the maximum amount in a single series of BMW history. Of course, such coverage of the audience could not fail to attract the attention of the fans of toy cars, so they came up with the idea to make this beauty. How do you like this purple BMW? What can you say about such a pickup truck, In my opinion, this is some kind of a cool project which definitely deserves your attention. First, it has a very remarkable appearance. They obviously did a good job on it and made it distinguishable from 1,000 other cars. Secondly, it has a perfect design. It's kind of unusual, don't you think? As if the car has a strangely high suspension and some other extra parts or something. But at the same time, it does not take everything seriously and just does its job, overtaking rivals on the drift track. What do you think of these cars? Do you like drifter pickups, or are you more into passenger cars? Now I suggest you play one game. Here you can see the famous Dodge car, but now it's your turn to tell me the name of the model of this car. Write your answer in the comments. I wonder how many of our subscribers will be right. As for the car itself, it has a very beautiful, spectacular and powerful look due to the thin of the hood. Red wheel discs are beautifully combined with the black body and a front steel radiator grille. In general, the authors of the project did it tastefully. Where do without the Toyota Chaser? This is a sporty mid-size sedan that was produced from 1977 to 2008. As I told before, Toyota Mark II was its basis. Despite the fact that the Chaser was officially sold only in Japan, it can be found in the second-hand car markets both in Russia and in Southeast Asia. The model belongs to the same class as the Toyota Mark II and the Toyota Cresta. It is completely unified with them in terms of chassis and interior. By the way, the Dreamboat from our video belongs to the latest, 6th generation, which was released at the end of 1996. It is made in classic black color. There are various stickers on the body and you can easily recognize 2 of them. I'm talking about the Monster Energy logo and lettering. I don't know why, but it was this car that immediately made me think of Dominic Toretto. Although, as far as I remember, he has never driven Japanese cars. Well, that's all friends, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, leave your like and goodbye for now.